Hello everybody, how are you? I hope you're doing great. Thank you for joining me today. So again, for today's video, I'm going to be doing an acrylic fill here on my client. I'm going to be removing all the old designs. She had studs on, which by the way, that stud took a little while for me to try to take it out. It was really glued in there really well. So I'm going to be shortening them a little bit, but not a lot because I didn't want to cut them so short because of the design that I'm going to be doing. I needed a little bit more space and she wanted to go shorter, but I insisted that we just shorten them a little bit, not a lot, and she agreed, so that's great. So here I finally took out the stud and now I'm going to remove the excess of the glue gel, which that glue gel by McCart is like the best that I've ever tried. I gotta get multiple of those because I'm already kind of running low on it. It's kind of halfway and I need to get backups. Also, I wanted to mention that I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers that I've had lately. I appreciate you all a lot, and I've been noticing that I'm getting a lot of views on my videos, but a lot of people are not subscribed. So can you quickly just check if you're subscribed? If you're not, hit that subscribe button. It's completely free and that motivates this channel. It motivates the algorithm so it can get pushed out for other viewers, and I would greatly appreciate that. With that being said, I'll let you watch this part and I'll pop in later for the next step. and I switched the drill bit to a sanding bit so I can really just pass it along the natural nail and remove any dead skin and make the nail a little bit rougher so the acrylic can adhere better. You know the drill. Just passing it very lightly and slowly. I lowered the E-file, of course, so I don't burn her, and try not to stay in the same spot because that drill bit tends to get a lot of heat and you don't want to burn her. So just keep that in mind as well. Don't stay too long on one area. So that's what I'm doing here. Then I'm gonna just clean the nails, the surface of the nails and everything with alcohol. I use alcohol and spray it on my little manicure brush and brush the nails off so it can be really clean for the next step, which is going to be the acrylic application. Start applying the acrylic and doing the fill. I don't know what tips to let you know how I do this. It's just really just filling in that little portion there. Don't go too close to the cuticle area because then you're gonna tend to flood it. So just place it a little bit slightly below that, and then you can just push it in as close as you can with the brush. Try to get like a medium ratio between not being too dry and not too wet, because if the bead is too wet, it's gonna be too runny and then you will flood the cuticle area and probably just gonna get on the skin as well, and then you have to be cleaning that up. So it also depends on the temperature where you're at, because if you're in a really cold temperature, the acrylic is going to be more runny. It's going to take a longer time to settle and set, so keep that in mind. And when you're in a humid environment, then it sets really fast. So you have to be quicker and add more monomer on your brush. So those are things to keep in mind when you're working with the acrylic, because sometimes you can do the procedure, the application the correct way, but the temperature has a lot to do with it, so you have to play around with it and see what works better for you. Hopefully that makes sense. I think I explained it the best that I can. Time to file. So I like to go in first with my e-file, and what I do is kind of file around the cuticle area, because that's mainly where I put all the product, and try to even it out with the rest of the acrylic that was already there. I try to do the acrylic application as best as I can. I would say it's a great tip to try to apply your acrylic the best way that you can, because that's gonna determine how much you file afterwards. And I don't know about you, but for me, I hate the filing process. For me, that's annoying, and I know it's annoying for the client as well if you're constantly filing and it's uncomfortable. So I try to do the acrylic application as best as I can, so when I do go in with the filing, it's less time and I don't have to file so much. And then I go in with a hand file to just sharpen those little side walls and the tip and all that good stuff. Once I'm happy with that, then I'll move into the design. Little details like that do a huge difference when you're actually done with everything, because if you don't do a good filing when you're working, when you're gonna go paint at the end, you can see all those little bumps and spaces that you didn't file, and that's why I always go in with 2 different ways of filing, and I would suggest everybody does that just to make it more flawless. And here I noticed that we were really talking. We were so into the gossip. I can't remember what it was now, but we were really into it. That's why you could sort of see her hand as well moving, and the other hand. And I stopped to do something because the gossip was really good. Okay, so for the nail art, she chose like a gray color. And I love gray and pink. I think they look so beautiful together, especially if they're like on the pastel side or the lighter side. And so she chose the gray and I chose the pink, and she was like, okay, do that. And she didn't know exactly what she wanted, so I went in with something that's sort of leaning towards like leaving Valentine's and going into the spring moment. You see what I'm talking about. I didn't want to do no hearts, even though this was before Valentine's Day, but this video is going to be up after Valentine's. So I didn't want to do that because it was so close to that date. Then she was going to have hearts and stuff like that after Valentine's. So I didn't want to do that. So I chose this color. I believe it's I think it's by Mia Secret. If not, I don't remember if it's Legacy or Mia Secret. I can't remember. It's a gel polish, of course. I only paint with gel polishes, not regular nail polishes. And I did the first coat. I popped it in the lamp for a minute. Now I'm doing the second coat to all of them. And I believe I'll be using a matte top coat in one of them. I can't remember. So let me shut up and wait until that part to see if I did use that. Okay, so in the pinky, I'm going to be doing a little Frenchy nail with that gray, that gorgeous light gray. And I do 2 lines on the sides, 1 small one in the center because that's where I want to know where the actual like deep smile line is going to be. And then I fill it in with the regular brush of the gel polish. Do that, perfect the smile line as much as I can. Once I'm happy with it, I'll move on to the next nail. And of course I'll be doing the second coat as well. So for this one, I'm going to do some lines in like a hot pink. That's the pink that I chose to go great with a gray. And just this one's going to be the most simple nail because it's just lines. And then for the other nail, it's another French nail with a gray. And once I'm done applying that one, I'll be curing in the lamp for a minute. Okay, now I'm doing the second coat, and I do exactly the same thing. Use my little detail brush and then fill it in with a regular brush from the gel polish, and keep perfecting it with the detail brush on the sides and all that. I gotta say, I really love that gray color. It's almost white, but it's still light gray, you know? I love that color, and not a lot of people ask for that color. I don't know why. It's very beautiful. That color would also look great with black. So then for this one, I did use the matte because I'll be doing a bow and it's gonna be hand painted. So I used the matte top coat on that one because I want it to be more on the matte side, because I really need all the control for when I go in with the bow, and you'll see that on the next step. Okay, so for the bow, what I did is I'm going to do the outline with the hot pink, and I'm gonna do create hearts, but facing each other. Like the little point of the heart is gonna be facing each other horizontally, and that's gonna be like the little fluff of the bow. I think that's a great little tip if you struggle doing bows. This is like a simple bow, by the way. It's not like a elaborated bow. It's just a simple bow with the little thingies at the bottom hanging as well. I forget what you call that. And the best way for me to do that is like creating two little hearts on it. So I'm going to be doing all the outline with the hot pink and the little thing in the center as well, and then I'm going to fill it in with the gray. I did cure the hot pink first fully in the lamp, and now that it's cured, now I'm going in filling it in with the gray, and this is where you get to be more precise. And if the line is too thick, you can kind of make it thinner with this color and get it as even as possible. So I'm going to be filling that in all over. Once I do that, again, I will pop it in the lamp for a minute. So the reason I said that this is a design more like sort of kind of leaving Valentine's Day and heading into something else, because a lot of people use bows for Valentine's Day as well. So this one doesn't have any hearts, although if you look at the bow, it looks like it has two little hearts. That's why it's more on the subtle side and kind of like not really Valentine's. That's what the look that I was going for. That's why I chose the bow. And a bow you can use any time of the year, even on Christmas, of course, and you just do it red and stuff like that. But that's why I decided to do a bow and do a simple bow, because I really don't know how to do one of those elaborated, really fancy bows. I've tried and they never come out good. So if you have any tips or creators that actually do gorgeous bows, leave them in the comment section, because I want to keep practicing it, and get better at it. But this is the one that I know how to do, so there you go. And then for the rest of the Frenchies, I went in with that hot pink and did some dots to all of them. And then I'm also going to use that same color and sort of outline the smile line. Once I cured all of the nails, now I'm going in with my no wipe top coat, and I'm using the one by Mia Secret. I'm going to do that to all of them, and I'm also going to use that as a way to adhere some rhinestones that I'm going to be placing in the middle finger. Once I apply those little rhinestones, I'm going to pop it in the lamp again for a minute, and they're done. turned out very cute and girly. Thank you again for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button because that helps me out a lot and it's completely free. And I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!